Hello everyone, and welcome back to Remains to be Seen, the D&D show where one group's past could determine the other group's future. I am your host and DM, Rover Elliott, he/they pronouns, and today I am here with...
Annie Ruby, she, her.
Elizabeth Simpson, she, her.
Mendacium, any pronouns.
And Mirah G, she, her.
And who are you guys playing?
I'm playing Josie. Definitely not traumatized, all business, no emotions.
Corwin, Duvall, trying really hard not to focus on the husk in the center of the room.
Viktor Valthayne, currently debating whether we should burn that entire place down.
And Una, who, if Viktor was to say that out loud, she'd probably agree with him.
Amazing. So, Mirah, do you want to give us a little bit of a recap of what happened in the previous episodes?
I shall. I will give a recap of the most recent episode, by all means.
It has been 20 minutes for us.
Yes. A lot of trauma. Okay, so previously on Remains to be Seen, our group has still been split up a little bit at the start of the session, with Una seeing a tabaxi, unnamed tabaxi, through the shop's window. Marcus, who everyone else has met upstairs, asked for help of collecting some belongings and transporting them downstairs to put him in his cart because he was planning to leave. Once everyone has been kind of downstairs, once again, Una explained firstly to Josie, then to Vic and Corwin that she's seen said tabaxi and also found a pressure plate that could be potentially leading to a further mystery. And in fact, that's what happened. I do have a note that Viktor stole picture of Safa, Brian, Nix, and Jonny in here, in bold. I don't know why. Una marveled at the photograph for a while, and afterwards we've opened the basement secret room via said pressure plate, in which there was 2 rooms, first of them being a storage, and another one being a library/study kind of area. Una stayed behind, kind of keeping an eye on things, where everyone else stepped in there, finding a husk of Jonny. Upon further investigation from everyone, Viktor doing shadow magic, trying to detect what could have done this, it was established there was no traces of any magic in that room, and the husk has been caved in instead of something bursting out of it. And the likeness of Jonny seems to be looking at something in his hands before this happened, in some kind of like curiosity, marveling at something that he was no longer holding. And then we investigate a couple of things around the room, including scattered papers on the floor and a desk. And then we had Viktor and Josie trying to talk this through, because they knew Jonny for quite some time. And obviously it must have been very upsetting for them to find him like this.
So we are starting back up, and if you've indeed heard that we ended last episode with a breaking glass, we are starting a couple of minutes before that so that Josie and Viktor can have their conversation. While Una and Corwin are looking through the stuff at the table and the stuff that was on the floor, we pan over to Viktor and Josie.
Alright, what are the odds that he was turned to stone versus this is just a byproduct of something else?
I've never counted a basilisk or a medusa or something like that.
No, me neither.
I only read about them, but it doesn't really look like stone, does it?
No, and you know, whatever happened to the face, it was caved inward, not outward. I don't see any blood. I don't see any evidence that there was anything on the inside when that happened that is no longer there. So,
right.
We have to tell Nix at some point, but I don't want to fucking just... This is a lot. And,
He's shuffling a little closer to you.
But what it isn't is definitive. That's the weirdest thing. What this doesn't actually do is answer anything. Nothing that is happening in this room, nothing that has happened in this room.
That's the part that worries me the most, to be honest.
Me too.
Because that also... I mean, I'm not a wizard or sorcerer, but that isn't magic I recognized. Like, it didn't ping as any magic.
And after what Corwin said on the train, with the things on the roof, we are way out of our league, Viktor. We are way out of our league here. But we can't...
But we're in it.
But we're in it,
So...
and we can't go anywhere from here other than onward. Jonny and Nyx need us too. I give a shit about Sappher being desperate, but that's also a factor here. There's clearly... I think we're being thrown into something where people know more than they're telling us, and we need to be prepared for it to get a lot worse than we thought.
I didn't think I would say that anytime soon, but I really fucking hate to be right.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
We'll figure that out later. I think so, because again, this is not definitive. It's painful. It was not a fun couple seconds there, but I think that whatever happened here, we know exactly the same amount about Johnny's current status as we did before.
Well, if that even is Jonny.
Well, quite.
It
just looks like him. That doesn't tell us anything.
I rest my hand on your arm and be like, I guess the first couple of rounds is on me.
And at that point, crash upstairs as for glass breaking, and you can hear a voice going, "All right, get in, get everything," and then we leave.
And it was just, sorry, Josie and Una are the only ones who heard the voices, right?
Yes, we rolled last week for the people listening. Yeah. We rolled last week for who's hearing that, and it is Josie and Una can both hear the crash. Una can also immediately hear the voices.
Oh, Josie can't even hear the voices?
You can hear the voices, you can't tell what they're saying. Una can.
Tell what it says.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to... So then, just right before you jump in, Una, I'm going to turn to Vic and go, make it dark, we got company.
So is the light at the table, or... Yeah, anyways.
Yeah, just the, lamp
Corwin,
or whatever.
Corwin and Una are there.
Yeah, one of you has to snuff the fucking thing.
Oh, then, yeah, just without saying anything. Like, Una would look at Corwin and just be like, heads up. And then just open the lantern, blow out the light, be like, I think there's someone upstairs. And then with my dark vision still active, because I'm a human and I don't get it naturally, but thank you to Josie.
Yeah. I love how long that spell lasts.
8 hours?
8 hours.
Yeah, Josie casted 8 hours of dark vision on Una.
So
about 6 hours
still
ago.
Going. Yeah, about 4 or 5 hours, yeah.
Delicious.
4 or 5, yeah, okay, great.
Yeah.
About enough to finish them off.
Yeah.
So... And then, would turn to Josie and Viktor just to see if they notice that as well. But if so, then probably start making her way towards the door to be like against the wall.
Yeah. Josie's gonna nod at you and also be making her way towards the stairs, but not be heading up. We're gonna be staying at the bottom of the stairs, quarterstaff up, until we can kind of at least eat, whether non-verbally or through whisper, whatever.
Oh, sexy, I love that. If you position yourself there, Viktor is like 10 feet behind you because I got ranged spells.
Corwin is going to go and probably position herself right next to Josie. Same kind of thing with the halberd.
So how I imagine it is that there was a stairs leading down to the storage room, and then from the storage room was the other room.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we go into to the doors that's straight after the staircase, or we go into the doors within the library, let's call it.
Yeah, no, I'm going to the foot of the stairs in the storage room.
The foot of the stairs.
Okay,
Okay, that's fine.
So
yeah,
I can,
then,
but not up
let's
them
do
at
that.
all.
I want to see the way out. You know what I mean? Otherwise we're trapped in there. Like,
great.
Oh, good.
Corwin's going to give Josie kind of like a little nod.
Josie's going to return it. Badass, let's go.
As it is a storage room, can I hide behind anything that's closest to the door? Like a shelf or a barrel, a box, a bag?
I will say yes. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
behind Josie, maybe.
Behind Josie.
You know, you can hide behind Josie, you can hide behind a box. I'm sure you can also hide,
Same difference.
You can hide wherever you want. And you can hear upstairs, you can hear people rummaging through the stuff that is in the store. You can hear in total about, like, I think you could hear maybe 2 or 3 voices upstairs, Una.
Okay.
And you can hear people being like, any ammo? No, nothing to be found. And they're rummaging through everything on shelves. You can hear that.
Give me a sec. I need to look at something very quickly. Sorry, with psychic whispers, it says I can establish telepathic communication between yourself and others.
Yes.
It does not say they need to be willing.
Oh.
I feel like it would be a saving throw, though, to resist it. No?
It doesn't say so, I think. Does it?
Oh no, I need to
I feel
see
like
them.
it's gonna be. Yeah, it has to be line of sight. That there had to be at least something. Yeah.
Give me your eyes, I throw them.
Sorry, I throw in the eye. Never mind. Don't worry.
all real monsters ass.
Can I very quickly ask Annie? I feel like we kind of half established that Viktor and Josie would have worked together at some point. Maybe like not super often, but they have worked together.
Yes.
Are we on the same page, like as in shoot first, ask question later? Because Viktor would like bend to how Josie works rather than him talking his fucking way out of shit.
Yeah.
Because we're a team right now.
Josie is, to be clear about what Josie's intent in basically any moment that you've seen like this, while Josie's out on a job, she is, anytime that there's someone who could be a threat, she's willing to intimidate first, fight second. And the fighting is as much as possible to incapacitate rather than kill, because we are in the business of information and people. So not afraid to kill if she got to.
Yeah.
But if you're looking for a target, the more people involved in that you keep alive, the more people you can ask questions and get information from.
Yeah, I mean, there's at least 2. We can kill one of them.
Right. You can kill the spare, but you could do that while they're already tied up to make a point first.
That's true. Okay, no, good.
Josie is not a nice person.
Okay.
So if we're hearing voices from upstairs, Corwin will probably look at Josie and whisper very, very quietly, should we move upstairs? Try and surprise them?
Josie is going to shoot a meaningful look over her shoulder at Vic to see if she can get whisper going. See if Vic can read the idea that we need to get.
Oh, he's nodding.
Wait, is whisper a cantrip?
You mean
or a
message?
Yeah.
I
Message should be a cantrip.
Okay, I just want to make sure you're not going to burn a spell slot on this, but yes, I mean, I'm just kind of meaningfully looking at you like we need to.
Oh, yeah, I cast message on Josie.
Okay, great. Josie's going to say, they're talking about ammo. Sounds like it's just looters, but no reason to not go and at least see what they know. I think we need to get up there and take them out before they can leave. Do you know what I mean? I don't think we can talk first.
Kind of want to know what they're looking for.
The shelves that were upstairs that you guys have seen, you can hear them pummeling. Someone has pushed the shelves over. And it's just doom, 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 crashing of the stuff.
So the pressure plate, is it the shelves, one of the shelves that had the pressure plate on it would be one of the ones that might be knocked over?
No, Why would you ask that?
Because if so,
I mean, we would heard it the closest to us if it was.
Yeah.
Not the shelf of the bookshelf where the pressure plate is on. It's the shelves with all the guns, the ammo, all the stuff that he was selling on it. And
I just wasn't sure if they were in a line together, but okay.
Yeah, no, the shelves is above where his desk is, where like his workshop work table would also be.
Did they turn the light on?
Yeah, did they turn the light on at all?
They did not turn the light on, no.
Oh, dark vision.
And then just
Fuck
to
them.
clarify, Josie, what Josie was saying, that was to Vic via message, or that was out
Via
loud?
message, yeah. But as soon as Josie is sensing any kind of assent from Vic on this, like an agreement, she's going to turn to the two of you who are not on message right now and go, get upstairs quickly, quietly. The goal is to prevent them from escaping and incapacitate them to find out what they know. Don't kill them unless you have to, but do not let them get out. Move quietly to cover the exits as soon as you can, and let's get it done.
Yeah, Corwin nods and starts going up the stairs.
Going upstairs next to you. Yep, perfect.
Okay. Stealthily or not?
Yes, stealthily for now.
Stealthily, yes, because Josie
All right.
specifically
We
said.
want the element of
The people who are moving upstairs, roll me a stealth check.
Yeah, Victor's following.
Is that everyone? That's everyone.
I guess.
Amazing.
That is a 17 from Corwin.
Oh, I'm good at this. Oh, that's nice. 21.
Okay. However, I see a very worried face
Una, don't tell
from
me you rolled
Una.
I'm not worried. I rolled a nat 20. I just didn't want to burst it in.
Oh, okay. However, Josie.
Can you help cover me? My noises? Because I rolled a 7.
I take the help action.
Right.
to-
Would it
I
be
was
fair
gonna
to
say-
say the higher the roll, the quicker you out of the staircase?
I will say so, yeah. I would
Okay, that would
say
work.
that. Two of them, give me a perception check, the person who is first out of the thing. I think that was Corwin? Corwin was the first one going up?
Yeah, Corwin was the first one going up, so probably.
Give me a perception check.
14.
Okay.
Okay.
They seem to have like a lot of dark clothes on. They have weapons. It seems to be some kind of, at least one of them has a crossbow. The others seem to have like scimitars or something similar. It's 3 people, and they are ransacking the place. They are looking for stuff. They are grabbing the weapons that they can.
I wanted to loot the
And
guns.
one of them has jumped behind the counter, is looking through all the papers, and is gathering all of the stuff that they can. The 2 with the scimitars that are trashing most of the place have not spotted you yet. The one with the crossbow is definitely looking out, has currently not had their eyes on you. However, is the one keeping the eye out, the one with the crossbow. The one at the crossbow is also still at the door, and one of them is closest to where the pressure plate is, behind the desk, and the other one has just pushed the shelves over. They are about 10 feet from each other.
Okay. So Corwin is probably, as the first one up the stairs, she's probably going to try and get out of the way so everyone else can come up, and probably try and kind of stick to the shadows. She's not going to outright attack just yet because she's worried about that pressure plate closing while people are down there.
Yeah, okay, that's doable. You guys can do that. When Josie gets up the stairs, there is this kind of moment where it's like a slight tap of the shoe against the stone, and there's a slight noise.
Probably the quarterstaff bonks on something.
Yeah, probably the quarterstaff. And
Great.
it is just the immediate sign from the person with the crossbow. They seem to be half-elves, all of them. And the one with the crossbow immediately points to where you guys are going. And it's just like, hold up! Oh, for fuck's sake, we're not the first ones. Okay.
You're telling us to hold up. You're the ones who are.
Give us the
I think
stuff,
She was giving commands to.
and we'll let you guys leave.
Are we all out of the thingy, by the way?
You guys are all out of the thing, yeah.
Can I just defiantly do the pressure plate to close the thing behind us?
The pressure plate's currently, like, behind one of the people standing there.
What?
Like,
I thought-
it's at the shelf pressure plate.
It's not on the side where the door opens, essentially.
It's not where the side of the door is. It is,
okay.
like, behind the desk where one of the people now is with the scimitar.
So, is it like...
And they get their
Can I
weapons
see
ready.
it?
You can see it, absolutely.
Can I aim at it with the... No, because it's a pressure plate to twist.
You have to
never
twist
mind.
it, I guess, right?
Yeah, you have to
I
twist
want it
it.
to be cool.
Oh,
guess.
Sorry.
The
You're-
horror.
You are the rogue of the party. You are going to be cool.
So,
1 second.
the 2 guys with the scimitars get their stuff out.
Okay.
With the
Are they drawing weapons?
They are drawing weapons. They are ready.
None of us are near enough to them, right? We're not like I know Corwin was moving over there, but we're not like there's like a little distance between us. We're kind of facing off.
Yeah. Currently, you guys are at least like 15 feet away from the person who is near the pressure plate.
Before they're finished drawing weapons, Josie is casting Entangle on the entire room to tie them all down.
Nice.
Amazing. So, tell us how you cast Entangle, and in the meantime, everyone roll initiative.
Yeah.
So, to explain initiative, everyone rolls their d20. There's you get their dex modifier added to that, together with any other modifiers that you get for initiative. It depends on the subclass that everyone is. And to finally say it out loud, because I've noticed that we haven't said it, everyone is level 3 currently.
Yeah.
We're going to die.
Corwin rolled a 17 for initiative.
15 for Josie.
18 for Viktor.
Great. Pretty good rolls.
Okay. How much was Josie? Which one?
15.
15? Viktor is 18. Una is 19?
It was dirty 20.
Yeah.
Cool. What is
Cool.
their stuff? What did they get with it? Nice.
While you're researching, just to confirm, we're all kind of clustered together, right? Like the
You
four
are now
of us
clustered
are
together.
close. Great.
Yeah. And they are about 10 feet from each other. One is at the door, one is at the desk, and one is just like kind of in the middle where they have just pushed all the shelves on. So, you're casting Entangle, first of all.
Yes.
Because it will cause a surprise round,
Yes.
which is good. Explain how you're casting Entangle.
So, I also haven't explained what Josie's quarterstaff looks like yet. So,
Yeah, go for it.
Imagine, if you will, like a wharf or a pier out off of a beach into the ocean. You know, the big, like, telephone pole size, like, pilings that they drive down into the water that hold it up there. Imagine if one of those was splintered, like as if by, like, a lightning strike. It's, like, singed on both ends, and it's very, like the bottom end is now flattened from years of use, but the top is still extremely jagged and pointed. It is burned with fire on both ends. It's covered in, like a decade of what was like algae and seaweed like a decade ago, but is now just like the pale ghosts of that. But it looks in far better shape than it should have for how dead those
she's
plants
so
are. The rest of the wood itself has not changed at all
so
I'm
since she has it.
rolling wisdom save to see if I fall in love with her. No.
That is incredible. Like, that is legit so cool.
Cool.
And so she takes the quarterstaff. You know, she's stealthing up the stairs, bonks it on the kind of door frame. They turn like this, and so she immediately just straightens it up in front of her, like dead between her eyes like this, and just boom into the ground between two stones. And, you know, is like muttering under her breath in Druidic, and just bam into the stones. And then I don't have to make a roll for this. It just works. In a 20 square foot radius in the room, they have a DC that but I don't have to make any checks. They have to make the checks.
I was like,
No, it just happens. It's just...
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, the no matter what this happens, the effect that happens no matter what, by the way, is that the entire room from whichever one of them is closest to us for a 20-foot radius, so a 40-foot circle with them on the edge of it, that the room becomes difficult terrain for everyone but me.
Okay.
And
That's fine.
and every single so the three of them need to make a strength saving throw, and let me get my DC for you.
Okay.
My spell DC. But
that
they
is
all
the
need
entire room, right? It wasn't that big.
That is most likely at least the entire place where you
Yes.
guys are not standing, and
Exactly.
where they definitely are.
And part of what to be clear, because of the way that she's placing the spell, if it has to, because I can't like change the size of the circle of it here, if it has to do this in order to entangle them and not me, it is affecting some area outside of the shop as well. It is going so that the circling affects them and not me, and I do not give a shit what is happening on the street out front.
No, that's
we'll
fine.
deal with that later.
Incredible.
They are getting tied down. So, the DC.
Random grandpa getting entangled outside the shop. You're like, oh no!
Also, so difficult terrain, that, just so listeners know, that halves your movement speed, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
And it can make certain actions more difficult, like concentration and things.
If you need to move.
So they need to make a strength saving throw with a DC of 14.
Not bad.
Oh, and sorry, to be clear, if they fail that, then they will immediately be restrained for 1 minute, and each round they can use their action to repeat the roll.
Also, they need to burn the action to try and get themselves out.
To try and even take another roll, yes.
So, I don't fudge rolls. I want to have that known. Only one of them, the person at the pressure plate,
Of course.
is entangled.
Well, okay, that's good at least.
The other two have made the save. So basically, roll the d20, add their
Strength.
they add their strength modifier to it, and any kind of pluses they have to that. And they rolled a 19 and an 18, the ones that made it.
Well, that's not bad.
Well, one of them is out of commission for a bit, and they can't close the door on whoever's still coming up the stairs.
Yeah.
And the other two are now in difficult terrain, so they'll have a harder time aiming and doing a lot of other things.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's my action for the surprise round.
Is it also that if a creature, if a hostile creature enters it, it automatically needs to do the strength check to not get entangled as well? Or is that a different thing I'm thinking of? In case there's more coming, basically.
No. It's just each creature in the area when I cast the spell must succeed on the strength saving throw.
Amazing. Okay. They have to do their saves again at their turn, right? If they're entangled.
They have to burn an action to do the save.
Yeah.
I mean,
Got it.
yeah, they can do it. I
Understood.
don't know what else they can do while restrained if they don't want to try the save, but they can't do much of anything, I'm sure. So
They can't do much.
Good to know.
yeah, but that also means you guys can get up close.
Their speed is 0, their attacks have disadvantage and you guys have advantage, and the saving throws are disadvantage on dex.
The good news is that means you guys can get within melee range without, you'll enter the difficult terrain, but you won't be restrained. So
Okay.
if you guys need to run up and attack, so.
Cool.
And, well, so since I acted first, I guess I'll just finish up a quick turn. So that's the action there. Do we have a battle map, by the way, or are we just going to kind of mental mind's eye fudge this a bit?
I think we're gonna do Theater of the Mind, yeah.
Okay, great. Josie is going to then step into the room while they are quickly making the save, basically, while they're recovering from the vines popping out. Josie's going to kind of just run a few feet off to one corner and stand ready, staff pointing at them for next turn.
Amazing.
And above the table, Josie is, Vic might know, Josie is getting ready to become something else.
Step away from Josie!
That's why I went away!
Josie's getting ready for her coming out.
So Josie was second to last in the initiative with surprise that skips Scimitar 2 person. And then we get to the top of initiative. Una, it's your turn.
How do you count talking or like asking a question with a brief answer? Is it a bonus action, or a free action?
Free action. I will say you can just do that, however, as long as it's not a full-blown conversation in 6 seconds.
Yeah.
So you can shout something out and have a response.
The question will be, which one do we leave? Alive. Which one do we leave alive?
Someone can answer, that's okay. Do that, that's fine in combat.
Okay, Josie's going to say, all if possible, crossbow if necessary.
All if possible, crossbow if necessary. Okay, and
If there only has to be one, it'll be the crossbow, but...
is it the one entangled, so about, 10 feet away from us, and that's the one with the crossbow? Row?
The one at the behind the desk at the pressure plate is entangled. The room is almost completely filled except for the side of the wall at the other end.
Yeah, but the one that's entangled is now the one with the crossbow, is it?
That is the one with the scimitar. Yeah. There's 2 scimitar people and 2... The one with the crossbow is literally at the broken window that they just...
It's the far end of the room.
It cracked open. Yeah, it's like glass windows, and the middle one is broken, and the one to the left is the door where you guys broke in.
Okay, so Una is going to run up to... Give me a second, you have blah 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 blah, which fuel blah blah blah. Oh my goodness, I probably should have read that sooner. I was too engrossed in the roleplay. I'm just gonna run up to the one that's entangled, because I know I will have a straight advantage against that person. And I'm just gonna do a sneak attack.
Give me the attack roll.
So I would like to attack that one with the advantage, using my psionic blade with a sneak attack on it. Por favor.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm ready. 20.
That is
Add
it's
your
gonna
attack bonus.
be 26 to attack.
Yeah, no, that hits.
Okay, Una.
Yeah.
All right.
Incredible.
Yeah, no. Sure.
Actually, I take a nap.
Do you want to immediately insta-kill this person as well? Yeah, go for it, yeah.
Listen, she's like a bulldog. You say bite, she bites.
Yeah, no.
So
Yeah.
it's
She's
2,
so sweet, though.
1. She rolls like shit though. 2, 1, 8. I don't have... Okay, for anyone listening, I don't have my dice with me. I need to roll individually. So it's 8. It's 8 together. It is 12 plus 4. That's 16 plus Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's all of it.
16 damage. All right.
Wow.
With your psychic blade.
With the psychic blade, which psychic blade 1d6 because it was 1d6 for that, 2d6 for the sneak attack, 1d6 for the fact that it's a dagger, if I'm doing this correctly.
Yeah.
So and plus 4, so yeah, so that was 12 plus 4, 16 damage, and it's gonna be counting as a psychic damage because I'm using the psychic blade.
Yeah.
Sorry, 1d6 of that is gonna be counting as that, so that's gonna be 2. I'm gonna be fair.
Yeah, no, it's not gonna change anything. So, yeah, you take 16 damage away from these creatures that are totally just humanoids with absolutely no special ability. No, what do you mean?
Rose sweating, adding some special abilities as the rogue starts to be like, oh fuck.
Alright, you do that to my boy. Well, it's his turn. He's like, ow! Because you can't do anything else.
Yep.
Like,
I mean,
Oh yeah, because he's restrained.
he can
you're
attack
currently
me.
you are 5 feet in front of him though.
Yeah,
Yeah, so he could either attack or attempt to break free.
it has disadvantage.
He's going to try to hit you with the scimitar. That will be 2d20s, taking the lowest one, and that is absolutely going to miss because that was a 4 and a 5.
Oh, amazing.
Swings at you, misses, and that was their turn. Victor.
Joe has a question.
Joe has a question.
Because I have audio possession issues. I can't even talk. You know what I mean?
Possession issues.
I have possession issues.
Okay, go for it.
Which one did we want to keep alive?
Crossbow.
The one with the crossbow.
Crossbow, the one that was barking orders by the window, is what Josie said.
Yeah, but Josie said all of them if possible. Crossbow if you have to kill people.
Yeah. So crossbow it is basically priority.
Okay. I mean, they've drawn weapons, and I don't have any magical means to restrain someone. I can only do an ouchie. I'm going to kill a man. I'm going to. So we have Entangled guy behind the counter where Una is at.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about him because he seems to be stupid and chose to swing instead of. Then we have crossbow guy at the window, at the smashed windows. And where's the other one?
The other person is behind all the shelves that have fallen over and are now onto the floor, so it's the other side of the wall.
Would he have cover behind those shelves?
No, they're all on the floor.
Okay, they are all idiots. Okay, amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. I'm going to. I'm going to turn to Shelf Guy. How far away is he from Viktor?
Like 20 feet?
Oh, good. I'm going to turn to Shelf Guy.
I like that his name is now Shelf Guy. I will call him Shelly.
Shelly Shelf Guy.
Shelly Shelf Guy.
Shelly Shelf Guy, perfect.
Victor's going to turn to them, raise his left arm. Does it have a verbal Oh, it has a verbal component. Amazing. Point his blackened finger and say, you. And cast Witch Bolt on that man.
Let's go.
So, tell me how Witch Bolt works.
Witch Bolt is actually just lightning coming down at you, bruh. They do not get to make a save. I cast at range with my attack. Mm-hmm. And it's not like very shadow magic-y. You kind of can tell that there's some Viktor flavor in this. This lightning bolt that is striking this shelf guy is the color of forget-me-nots.
Love.
Depressing.
Probably nothing to do with his lore or something. I mean, what do you mean?
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? So,
Roll me an attack.
I'm going to roll attack. Does a 19 hit?
So, explain to me how it hits.
This lightning is extending. This very beautiful lightning is extending. And I think it just hits him in the face. And it's going to be 2d12 lightning damage to that poor man. I think a lot of people are not having a good day today.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're gonna have to have a moment of
Power scale.
that Victor's a bit too overpowered for who he is. No, totally not.
No?
Yeah.
No.
A couple of us might turn out.
I'm having the
You
time
wanted
of
to
my
homebrew.
life.
You got a homebrew.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Oh, I'm loving this.
Sweetheart, this is
Ro is loving this. The DM isn't.
this is a level 1 warlock spell.
I love it. That's fantastic.
This is not homebrew shit. 14 lightning damage.
Beautiful.
14 lightning damage. Okay, on Shelly. Understood.
Shelly.
And also, it's now kind of an arc that connects us, because on each of my subsequent
that's right.
turns, I can take a bonus action to deal 1d12 lightning damage to the target automatically, even if the first attack missed. Oh my god, that's
so
that's
cool.
a fucked up spell.
I
Which
now know
bolt's
which
so
spell it is,
fucking
yeah.
cool.
That is so cool.
Yeah, Witchbolt is so
The
good.
spell ends if the target is ever outside the spell's range or it has total cover from you. So he
Okay.
could be smart if he wanted to.
Okay.
Also, it's concentration, by the way. So it's like it's kind of it's leveling out somewhere. So I cannot cast another concentration spell.
Yeah, there you go.
This arc just connecting these two strangers. One of them having a bad day, and the other one too. And he's just going to be like, I will count to 10, and you have to make the decision to either fight or give up. 1, and that's my turn.
Got it. All right. So, Corwin, it is now your turn in the initiative order.
Okay, so crossbolt guy is what, like 15 feet away?
Yeah, it's 20 feet. Let's say 20 for all of them.
Okay, 20. Okay, so Corwin is going to move, and it's difficult terrain, so we get half movement, right? Okay, great. So Corwin is going to move 10 feet toward toward crossbow guy, because her halberd has a 10-foot reach, so that'll put crossbow guy within reach, and then she is gonna try and swing on him with her halberd.
All right, go for it.
That's a nat 1.
Oh, my sweet princess.
No!
No!
Princess, no!
No!
So, what Corwin does is swing with the halberd. What the halberd does is, instead of hitting our lovely crossbow guy, is hitting the glass and shattering the other side of the glass. There are now, all panels of windows are now smashed, except for the panel on the door.
Cool.
So that there's like this loud crash coming from the glass breaking. And the person with the crossbow is just like, nice try. You want to do that again? Before they please hit.
Oh, is it their turn now?
Yeah, it is their turn.
Oh, wait, for the rest
Oh,
of
yeah, sorry.
her turn, I was just gonna have her move 5 feet back, because she still has movement, even though she doesn't have any more actions, but I just split her movement, so I was gonna have her use the rest of her movement to go 5 foot back toward Viktor. But sorry, go ahead.
No, it was your turn. I just think it's a very funny moment that there's just glass breaking, and then the person's like, yeah, no, I got this. Misses with their crossbow hit at the wall next to you.
I love low-level battles.
They just go, oh, for fuck's sake, can someone do anything?
Funny you should say that.
Doing something right here.
Corwin's like, not you or I, apparently.
Oh,
Ooh.
So, Josie, it's your turn again.
Josie is going to say, as a matter of fact, and once again, staff up, down, and this just like it the staff, something kind of like a not exceptionally bright, but some unnatural looking like sheen of light comes out and just around Josie really quick.
Yeah.
And then you hear some horrifying noises for about a second and a half, 2 seconds, as the light expands and then fades away, and in Josie's spot there is now a giant spider taking up a significant portion of the end of the room. And as a giant spider, Josie is going to turn to crossbow person and say, how's that? You and I need to talk. Easy way or the hard way.
That is so freaking
Is wild shape an action or bonus action in 2024? Remind me. I think a bonus action, right?
I think it's a bonus action.
Oh my
hold
God.
on a second.
I think they changed it to bonus action.
I'm
going
to pull it up to make sure.
If it's a moon druid, then yeah, for sure.
Yep. Okay.
Perfect.
So that was bonus action, so that she's gonna do that, and she is as a spider. I'm getting the character sheet up for the spider very quickly. Movement speed is 30 feet, and I do not suffer the terrain penalty for my own entangle. So, as the spider, moving in that extremely quick and really fucked up looking way that spiders move, is going to go around and pass between Corwin and the crossbow person, and step outside the window behind to cut off retreat.
Oh,
Smart.
Josie, I love your brain.
Smart.
So she's going to be outside on the street now as just crawling out of this building as a fucking spider out into the public.
Amazing.
Entangling vines on the pavement around her.
Incredible.
Blocking up the retreat.
Amazing.
And I am going to... Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to... I think it's... I have to remember all the... Because I get Pathfinder in my head so much sometimes. I believe it's holding an action.
You can hold your action. Yeah, you can hold your action and insert it in the before your next turn.
Yeah. Basically, I'm preparing to shoot this person with a web if they do not surrender upon their next turn immediately. But I'm waiting for their response first.
Understood?
Yeah, like a readied action.
Yeah.
Yes. So anything other than anything that indicates continued combat out of specifically crossbow person, whether that is an attack or just even saying no, I'm not surrendering or whatever, I will use the web action. So
Got it. Then the person was Shelly Duvall.
Excuse me.
Shelly Duvall.
Wait, is this person related to Corwin? I will cry.
It might. They're a half elf. It's Shelly Duvall. No,
Oh my gosh, they're a half elf. Okay,
so
I'm sorry.
Shelly-
the dumbest way we could ever come to that.
gets their scimitar and moves up to Una.
Hello.
In the 15 feet, and also is going to try to hit you with their scimitar.
Okay.
I don't know if it's going to go very well because I am cursed. What is your AC again? 14, right?
Yeah.
They slice a part of, like, the clothes that you have, but they miss the skin. I rolled a 13.
Oh, nice.
So it's just a slash along that. And it's just like, we need this stuff. And then it's Una's turn.
Quick question.
Yes.
Did he cross in front of Viktor and I? Did he cross within 10 feet of me?
No.
Okay, cool. Never mind.
So I've got like one in front of me that I attacked. I'm guessing one to one of my sides.
Yeah. So you're almost flanked.
Almost flanked. It's fine. Because I still have advantage against the one that I was going for anyway.
Yep.
I'm just gonna finish one business, then I'm gonna take care of the rest. So, I'm just gonna like look at the, let's say it was a sleeve. I'm just gonna look at the sleeve, look at the person, and then without breaking the eye contact, I'm just gonna make an apparition of the psychic blade again. Because every time I hit or miss, they disappear, so I need to redo them. So I'm just gonna do that, and I'm just gonna literally just go straight for the person right in front of me.
Okay.
Okay. So that's a 22 to hit with the advantage. So we're just gonna...
Yeah, no, that hits.
We're just gonna roll again. And I forgot to do something with my bonus action, Elliott, so I'm gonna do it now. So I'm gonna use the Psionic Blade, so that's 1d6, so that's a 4, plus sneak attack 4. That's 10 together, plus another 4, so that's 14 together for the sneak attack psionic blades on that one person.
Mm-hmm. Anything else?
Well, are they dead yet, or...
That's what I'm wondering. Because... Did you
If
do
they are
14
not,
damage?
They can use bonus action to
Are they
remedy
downed
that.
at least?
For... Hypothetically, right? Hypothetically. If with your bonus action, you would do 2 more damage, would you be able to do that?
Yeah, potentially.
Okay, how do you kill him?
I want to gut him like a fish.
Oh.
Oh,
So you know how-
okay, yeah, go for
So
it.
you know how without breaking the eye contact, like, anyone actually is able to see the expression on Una's face is completely different to what you have seen right now. Maybe similar to what you've seen when she attacked Safra. And she literally just digs, like, she makes the appearance of that psychic blade. We can say comes, like, in that bluish hue that we described before.
Amazing, yes, perfect. Yep.
Stabs the person and she literally just slides the blade up, hits torso until it hits the ribcage. And this is when she doesn't even let go because it just disappears. So, do I need to burn my bonus action or not?
You will have to burn your bonus action.
Okay, that's fine.
And then they fall on their knees forward.
Are they still held up by entangled?
They're not.
Gosh.
They're not entangled. They're not entangled. This was the one that isn't entangled, right?
No. That was the
No,
one
this
that
is the one
was
that is
tangled
entangled.
because I had the advantage. Because I was standing right next to him.
Hey. Then you don't need to do anything with your bonus action because they had 14 hit points.
Okay, so then I'm going to use my bonus action on the other guy.
Amazing.
Get him, Una.
So I can
He's
use...
my little bitch.
So let me just have a... So after you attack with the blade on your turn, you can make a melee or range attack with a second psychic blade as a bonus action on the same turn if your other hand is free to create it. The damage die for this bonus attack is 1d4 instead of 1d6. And it's obviously not gonna warrant the sneak attack, and it's just gonna be a normal attack as well. So that will be a 17 to hit.
Yeah, no, that hits. Absolutely.
Okay, so that's a 1d4 plus 4. Those are so weird. What is that number? It's a 4. So it's 8 points of damage.
Amazing. They are still up. They're looking very bad, but they are still up.
And then second hand and just ram it into them as well. Keeping the eye contact this whole time with that one person.
Ooh. Una's terrifying.
That's my turn, thank you.
Alright. Victor, you have just seen Una gut someone.
He's not faced by that.
And stab the person you're connected to as well.
And stab Shelly.
That's also fine. Can I ask a question as a player?
Yes.
We are playing 2024 rules, right? That
Yes.
means the condition bloodied exists. That means half their hit points or lower. Is this person bloodied?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to make sure. If I can
Okay,
kill
that's
this guy.
totally not terrifying.
Yeah, right?
Amazing. All right. Cool. Victor's going 4. And is going to... Is there a way I can stand behind this guy so that I get flanking with him now?
You are currently facing them. So, in the way you could... what is your movement speed? Because your movement speed will be halved to actually walk up to them.
30 feet, so 15?
15 feet... Actually, 15 feet might actually just do it. So then you can flank.
Okay. I'm going to flank and I'm actually going to attack Shelly. I hate that we named them.
I love it.
Flanking is basically, if you're standing around them with 2 or more people, they are flanked, which means you guys have advantage and they have disadvantage on the roll.
Do you get disadvantage just because you're flanked?
Yes. Yeah, you do.
I thought just the attacker gets advantage and that's what happens.
No, they have disadvantage.
Okay, I'm attacking with my rapier. Sorry if I didn't say that. And this is 18 plus 7. Someone do the math for me.
Yeah, no, that hits.
Yeah.
25 hits. I'm upping all my monsters.
Fuck. I always ask this. I swear to God this will be the last time I ask you, Ro.
It won't.
Do I add my modifier shit to my damage as well?
Yeah. Yeah, you add your...
Proficiency
if
and?
it's a melee attack, strength.
No.
Your strength modifier.
I'm cool. I don't do strength.
If it is a weapon you're proficient with, then yes, you add the proficiency. If you were to use a weapon that you're not proficient with, you would only be adding the modifier that the weapon requires. So like a strength or dex, but you would not be adding proficiency.
Okay, no, I'm proficient. Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, that's, I can do math. 12 damage. Piercing.
Okay. Yep. How do you want to do that?
Amazing.
You know, murdering?
Murdering? How do I think Victor goes for a quicker death than Una does, and just stabs them in the throat.
Okay.
While saying, I don't know where I counted, 5. And just stabs them. I said I would count to 10. But
You did!
Incredible.
Well, they made a choice.
Oh
In
yeah,
fairness, they
no,
went up and
actually,
attacked, so they made a choice.
Actually,
within that 10.
he's going to skip a couple of numbers and just goes
Say 10.
10 and stabs that Shelly in the throat.
Amazing.
In
Okay.
fairness, you said you have 10 seconds to decide, and he went and attacked. He decided. So
Sorry, give me 1 second, because the spell Witch Bolt does not tell me what happens when the target dies. It only says
I think it
spell.
just ends.
I think it just ends, yeah.
It's weird as it doesn't say that. But okay, I guess the lightning bolt just recedes.
Elizabeth is correct with damage is just the ability modifier. Proficiency and abilities for the attack roll bonus.
Yeah, not for the damage.
Oh, I thought we were asking
Not
for the
for
attack.
damage.
That's what no.
No.
I specifically asked damage.
Yeah,
That's
That
okay.
was me. That was me being wrong then.
It would have still killed them.
yeah. You still.
Okay, I missed it.
It's still dead.
They had 8 hit points left.
Okay, no, that's cool. The fun part is that my modifier for this weapon is my charisma modifier, not strength, because I'm cool.
Nice.
Oh, understood.
Oh, yeah.
Gotcha.
And that's 5. So if I roll shit, I still would kill that man. Okay, that's me. That's my turn.
Amazing, Corwin. It's your turn. There's only
Corwin-
one person left.
Yeah, and she's gonna try again. She's
Okay.
Gonna move
Oh my god.
She's gonna, I know, right? She's gonna move 5 feet closer to crossbow person, and that's a 21 to hit
Yeah, no, that one hits.
at long last. And then that is 1d10 plus 3 damage, but then she's also gonna use her bonus act. Ooh, maybe. Hold on.
I also believe you can choose to do non-lethal damage, right?
That's what I was gonna ask, but I don't know that it's going to be relevant. So, that is 7 piercing damage, but then she's going to use her bonus action to cast Divine Smite, which auto hits and is an additional, I believe, 2d8 radiant damage.
2d8 radiant damage. Roll me 2d8 radiant damage with that.
So that is 8 radiant damage, and that was 7 piercing damage. So 15
So
damage total.
Amazing. How does it look when Mrs. Paladin,
Princess Paladin.
subclass princess,
Subclass
does divine
princess.
smite? I can't say. I don't know if we've established on record what your subclass is, other than the one-on-ones.
I don't believe we have, but yes,
I
her
don't believe we have.
her subclass is princess. She's no, as of right now.
Yeah.
So basically, she lifts her halberd and swings and slices at crossbow guy, and then the wound begins to glow with this kind of like golden light as he takes additional radiant damage. So it's kind of like burning with this golden light from where she sliced into him or her, them.
Her?
Let's say he.
I'm
they.
so sorry. Whichever pronouns I
say
would
he,
like
they.
to use the
Okay.
right ones.
All
Yeah,
good.
multiple pronouns. Great.
As the golden light enters that body, you can see that the moment you hit and that golden light goes out, it is almost like it continues through the body in lines at some point before it dashes back into the wound.
Is that normal?
Is that normal?
It is very much not
Um,
normal.
Actually,
It's
that is a
very
good
much not
question. I assumed these people were human. That is on me. Is this person in any way a fiend or undead?
Half elf.
Oh,
Nothing
it's
else.
half elf. No, so
Nothing
not
special.
not fiend.
humanoid.
Okay, cool.
Humanoid. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And they are, like, even for a split second, even their eyes turn gold for just a moment.
That's so cool, though.
And,
That's so cool.
yeah.
Corwin's gonna use the rest of her movement, I think, to just kind of step, like the other 5 feet of her movement, to just step back to be kind of parallel to Josie. Yeah.
Crossbow guy.
Mm-hmm.
We have a creepy type of pain, and we have a spider. Giant spider next to them. You can see them kind of look around frantically at both Corwin and Spider Josie.
Josie.
Spider
We call her
Josie.
Josie.
And they say at some point, I need to, I'm sorry, and aims back at Corwin.
Okay. Web goes off.
Web goes off.
Yep, because as they're saying that, they did not say the words "I surrender." The web goes off.
Understood.
So
Tell me what Web does.
web is they have to make a dexterity saving throw with a DC of 13. Reminder: they have disadvantage because they are on the entangled vines on difficult terrain.
They are.
So disadvantage DC 13 Dex saving throw. On failure, they are restrained until the web is destroyed by any means.
Well, they are definitely, with a 4 on the dice, they are definitely restrained.
Let's go.
So
we're
they're going to
competent.
do that, webs cast, and then it's just a moment of realization, and then the crossbow they just let the crossbow drop. Josie, it's your turn.
Great.
Are we still in English?
So with the crossbow dropping, Josie is not going to immediately attack. In fact, you're going to hear a little, like, out of Josie, and kind of looks into the shop and goes, "Take it easy next time, guys, please." And she's going to step forward to the crossbow and go, "All right, let's talk."
You guys are out of initiative.
Behind that person, Viktor is actively flipping you off. Like,
Of course.
He's like, I know that you're doing the thing to be good cop, bad cop, but she's like, fuck you.
Yeah, well, so to be clear about Josie is actually, like, above the table a little bit. Josie is a little bit genuinely annoyed that these people that you guys that nobody even thought to do non-lethal damage whatsoever. You could have just killed all 3 of them, as far as she's concerned. And, like, I was like, we need to, like, let's cut off their retreat. Let's keep them all alive if we can, or this one if we only have to pick one. And then you guys just go up and literally gut one of them and blow
was
the
the
other one up
second
with a
option.
witch bolt.
You gave us 2 options, and it was the second option. We leave one alive.
Which is and you know damn well that Josie didn't mean that, and you know damn well that she's annoyed at you.
I know.
Exactly.
You know damn well
Yeah.
that he's flipping
Yeah.
you off.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Behind
This is our working relationship.
Behind that guy that now looks like Frodo in the last movie.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, that was exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, it's like...
So, okay, if we're out of initiative, as a spider, as Josie steps back into the shop, she's going to grab the webbed person, kind of bundled, and sort of carry them further in, away from the street. Presumably to try and get them somewhere that's out of sight of the main street. And I'm going to turn...
Do you kind of bundle them into, like, a cocoon kind of...
Yeah, basically. I'm
go
keeping
ahead.
their head out. I'm not, like, trying to knock them unconscious or whatever, but just, like...
Terrifying.
Just, like, holding them. Yeah,
Love it.
absolutely horrifying shit. And
Lovingly. Swaddle them.
as I'm working to move them, I'm gonna... I'm sorry,
Like
what?
a baby.
I said you're swaddling them. It's fine. Like a
Yeah,
baby.
exactly.
Like a wee babe.
As I'm working on getting them wrapped up, I'm gonna kind of turn to Corwin and be like, or I guess probably Corwin, since I'm a fucking spider, it's not gonna work for me to do it. I'm gonna be like, can you try to do damage control out on the street and make sure we're not gonna have hell descending on us in a few minutes here?
Yeah,
We gotta try to make this quick now.
absolutely. Yeah, Corwin's gonna go out on the street. She'll probably go ahead and cast Mending a few times to get the windows.
Blast back up and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I will let you do that, yeah.
She'll stay within earshot because she'll want to be hearing. But yeah, she's gonna do that, and then when that's done, when things look normal, then she'll come back and stand next to kind of where things are being interviewed.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, Josie's gonna carry this crossbow person back towards... I'm assuming in giant spider form, I ain't fitting on those stairs.
No, definitely not.
I mean...
But she's going to carry this body back toward the stairs and kind of place them near there and kind of wait to see if other people think we should go down, in which case I have to transform back, or if we should stay up here and interrogate.
Is your head bigger than the opening for any doors?
Very good question. What is the technical size?
Good question. I don't think so.
I'm
because,
officially
like,
large-sized, however.
Yeah, you're officially large, then no.
Yeah, spiders are fucking creepy, but I'm officially large-sized. I'm giant
Yeah.
enough that I'm like a couple people across if I spread my legs, so...
Yeah, so
Oh,
no, you're not gonna get through the door even.
I don't know why I was thinking that you're still medium-sized.
Yeah, no, I am a horse-sized spider, baby.
I
Yeah.
want to ride on Josie.
Yeah, you could.
As long as the lights are off, because we all have dark vision, as long
Yeah.
as the lights are off during our kind of interrogation, now that the windows are mended, no one will be able to see in. So I think we'll be okay kind of on that top floor if you want to stay spider, just in case something else happens.
If there are curtains, I can draw the curtains.
You know what? Yeah, let there be curtains.
Let there be
Let there be
curtains.
Let there be curtains.
Oh, and the vines, by the way, The entanglement, by the way, the spell entangle is it's a concentration and a duration up to a minute. So as soon as this fight is over, the vines are going to just kind of wither and recede.
Yeah, so that body just slams into the floor.
Oh
yeah,
god!
just kind of
with the wet
thunk sound. Yeah, and the street outside after the mending and that vines are different. Probably looks like nothing happened, but I don't know what people saw. So
it is the thing is also once you pass with the body, the people that have just been murdered, and they kind of notice that there's this moment of like. There's
a fucking spider in there.
Yeah, no, this person is freaked the fuck out.
Yeah.
Yes, Joe.
The moment the vines are receding, Viktor gives Josie a look, and I don't think he's putting much expression in there. It's just a look. And he goes down back into the room with the Jonny husk and is going to fucking study as many books as he can and purposefully searching for names he might know, for anything to do with the crown, for anything to do with Safra. That's my fucking cat, you bitch. For anything to do with Safra. Any names that pop up, he might know. And he's also... I don't think he's actually doing that super purposefully, but he's also keeping an eye out for the name Alexander Ainsworth.
Are you looking at the books on the table, or are you looking through the accountant files in the bookshelves?
The shelves.
Understood. So what is in the files? We'll find out
it remains to
next
be seen.
episode.
It remains,
to be seen. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Remains to be Seen is an original podcast created by Dyaflame Studios and licensed under the Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial Share-alike 4.0 International License. Today's episode was produced by Anusia Battersby and edited by Rover, Elliott and Joe Mendacium. It starred Elizabeth Simpson as Corwin Duvall, Joe Mendacium as Viktor Valthayne, Annie Ruby as Josie, Mirah Fae as Una, and Rover Elliott as the Dungeon Master. The intro and outro were composed by We Talk of Dreams, and a transcript was written by Elizabeth Simpson. To get in touch with us and keep up to date with our antics, follow us on Instagram, Bluesky, and TikTok at Dyaflame Studios, or view our website at dyaflame.com. Check out our show notes for additional credits, links, and transcripts.